When you think about all the things that you did kind of leading up to where you are today, that you have this background in the arts, you have this background in sports, and you have this background in literature, right? And this synthesis of things somehow leads you to being a technologist. And no one has, as I say, I think on every episode I've said, no one has a straight line to CMS, right? We always get here by some other, off ramp or other connection. But I wonder how, in your case, did this amalgam of different disciplines better prepare you, you think, for being a technologist? And also what we just talked about, being really good at presenting this value to people in terms of how it translates into a demo or a presentation.
Well, I mean, I think the Harold Hill character is perfect because, first of all, it's just an amazing story, great character, but also my thought on sales and sales demos was, previous to the last couple of years, very negative. Because I was always like, I grew up on a farm, and the guys selling stuff would drive up to the barn, and my dad always hated that because it took us out of our work. And so I always had this bad idea of salespeople. But learning the Harold Hill character actually took me through. It's like, no, salespeople are real people trying to do real things. And like, there's a real benefit to the products that they have. And I happen to work for a company that I don't think I did a good enough job on sales, from like just talking about ourselves, making a little bit more noise, and how can we do that in a positive way that, you don't have to be pushing down other products for your product to do well. There's lots of websites out there for CMS. There's a gazillion websites out there. There's room for all of us. So like, that's a really positive message. And I think that was a thing that honestly, it was playing Harold Hill where I kind of started to come up with that idea.
Really?
Of that's how, yeah. So like, theater definitely had a positive impact on me that way. I think I learned everything I know about leadership from playing and coaching football. So sports took me through a lot of that. And I think I learned a lot about dealing with adversity from growing up on a farm, and understanding that it's like, the weather's gonna do whatever we'll do, and you are a slave to that, and you just gotta, make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah.
So, who we are is like this little iterations of all the things that we've decided and chosen. How I got into like computer science and then CMS, I'm actually couldn't even describe that process. It just kind of happened. But I'm glad I'm here, and I think the reason I've stayed at Agility for, almost 21 years now is partly because of, John Voight, who's our CEO. He and I are good friends, and we really just never quit on the idea of what we can deliver for folks, and we're still excited by it. When we get together, we just always have more ideas, and when those ideas keep flowing, of course you're gonna keep doing that thing.